Bonnie Bramlett of Delaney and Bonnie.
Boy, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about them.
Folk musicians in the 60s. They appeared as the kind of a religious cult band with Rita Coolidge in the movie Vanishing Point.
Stewardess, do you have any NyQuil, please? Hello? Nobody knows that stuff.
The Breakfast Flakes podcast brought to you by the Blue Cat Bar and Grill, next to the Roadside Event Center in Huntley. The Blue Cat, it's where it's at.
526, 31 degrees. Mark Wilson, Paul Mushaben, sneaking up on 38 years to this radio station on the 1st of March, if we get there. Finally Friday, one big event in the books with the trip giveaway last weekend. And coming up, a great big one with Flakesgiving. Michael Foth put out an article on our website yesterday and had a lot of calls. And it's one of the things I always complain about. It's a pet peeve. You got people that want and or need food, but they don't listen to the radio station. And if you listen to the radio station for even a day that week, you'll get everything that you need. Going to be plenty of food. Always is, but we don't start taking any names for deliveries until Monday the 18th. So,
well, we got some checks in yesterday, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a pile of checks there, and I got a wreck here. Hold on a second.
get your cord. Did you ever find your drill battery?
No.
Really?
And don't mention it, or then I'll get all those ads that pop up again. I cannot find that damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've looked everywhere, and I tried to remember where my last projects were when I used it before these last couple weeks, and went out there and looked, and I can't find it. I know it's out there somewhere, but I can't find it. And I have found a lot of stuff over my lifetime that I've lost.
You have?
I found my moisture tester one harvest that fell off the semi in the field. Jake found my cell phone that was in the summer fall 30 days after I had worked all that ground, and I had him out there working the ground again, and he worked it back up to the top, and then when he came back on the next round, he saw it sitting on top of the ground. Found my cell phone.
Well, that was good.
I found a lot. I found a lot of stuff over the years. You'll do that at your own house. I mean, people will lose things, and then 5 years later, they'll find it sitting somewhere, and that's where I put that.
I have a set of glasses doing that right now. Lost them about a year ago. No idea.
I'll find it eventually, probably someday, maybe. But by that time, that'll be obsolete. It'll be like a video cassette recorder or something that you find. It'll be obsolete, and it won't fit anything that I'll have had by that time, because that's how they do it. They just change it. They change batteries. They change chargers. They change volts. And they just keep doing it, so you have to constantly upgrade.
Right.
Now, you, on the other hand, you'll never wear out or burn out a battery-operated drill or power tool. You will never, ever burn yours out or wear it out or beat it up.
I got some off-name cordless drill from Costco about 20 years ago.
Is it still in the box?
No.
Oh.
No, because you got to have it came with 2 batteries. And so about once every 6 months when I'm out in the garage doing something, I change batteries on the charger.
There you go. You actually shouldn't leave your chargers plugged into your walls. You know, they can be a fire hazard. So when I'm done charging, I unplug my chargers. But those are a couple of things they say to do when you go on a vacation. Make sure you got no chargers plugged in the wall. Even like your battery chargers, your phones that you plug in with chargers, all that kind of stuff, you should just pull them out. And a lot of people don't know on their hot water heaters, you have a vacation mode you can push on your hot water heater.
I didn't know that.
Well, you don't have to worry about that, Mark. You got a credit card. Mark could have 18 feet of water in his basement. He doesn't give a damn. It's Wilson Wednesday. Call me when you get it cleaned up and fixed, and here's my card.
Right.
That's right. That's a good way to approach it sometimes, I guess. Well, I got a couch in the living room, but all kinds of stuff like that. Now, for Diane and Brian, they got to know those kind of things because they were our Flakes trip winners from the past weekend, and they're going to go on a Flakes trip with us. So, and usually, and we did it early this year. We did it on the night of the time change. Usually, we either do it this weekend or next weekend. That's usually the weekends we've had, because weren't we always doing that the weekend right before Flakesgiving?
Yes.
Then we start Flakesgiving on Monday.
Yes.
But this year, because of travel and because this resort that we go to, folks, is a 5-Diamond award-winning Best Resort in Mexico award winner resort, it's full. And they had to know the name of the winner by like the 5th of November. So we had to move it up. We had to move it up. Maury was asking me last night about it, and because she's getting married in May, and they were thinking about going there for their honeymoon, so I told her I would check, and for her on, I'd have Carol check for her some stuff in May, but she went once, and she knows it's a great place. So, and she said, "Dad, I got a bad feeling about tonight's game, even though their Bengals are up 21-7. I said, Maury, let me tell you about being a long-time Bengal. I said, Baltimore's the kind of team that can score 4 touchdowns in 5 minutes. So, and the Bengals had a chance. They scored a touchdown at the end. They decided to go for 2 instead of tie it. They didn't get it. They lost. But I had a big victory earlier in the week, so it doesn't bother me as much. My team won on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So I consider that far better than the Bengals.
73 days till Mexico.
Is that what it is? Way to go, Deanna. You know, folks, I don't care what party you're at. You got to be frustrated with this. You know, we still don't have some election results yet. It's Friday. We're still waiting for House of Representative results to come in from places like Nevada, Arizona, some in California. 4 days after the election. They had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today to count. 4 days. Why does it take that long?
It shouldn't.
Florida's got 20 million people in it. We knew by 9 o'clock that night. Same with New York. We knew New York's at night. Why? Why in the hell do we let them do that? I think it's done on purpose. I think they like to weigh and see what's needed depending on the outcomes of everyone else. Gives them a better chance to find extra ballots, do this and that. I'm not saying that it does happen, but I'm saying it adds to the skepticism that people have about the integrity of our elections. When every state in America, folks, what the hell's wrong with that? Every state in America can count their votes, except a couple. It makes no sense whatsoever. None. Zero. You know, Germany, France, all these countries around the world, they all went back to paper ballots. They tried all the latest great. They all went back to paper ballots, and they have their election results by midnight every night in all those countries. Now, granted, we're a bigger country. I get it. But still, we have so many different polling places and counting places. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Here we are Friday morning, and we still don't know. We still don't know. My glasses here. Trump has 312 electoral votes so far. This has turned out to be now what is being called a landslide, folks. But nobody knew that. He's got almost 74 million votes. First time a Republican president has won both the popular vote and the Electoral College in a long time. But why? Why can't we not get the results from these other places?
Well, and got a message here from Mark. Everybody votes on a single ballot. All other races are called except the House. Does the ballot counter not count those?
Yeah, exactly. But it makes no sense, none whatsoever. And I was trying to find here the ones in Arizona and California that are still up for grabs, but it doesn't matter. But still, the point is they should be able to count them efficiently and quickly. You know, and Joe Biden yesterday, as crazy and far gone as he is, he actually said something yesterday in his speech that was good, and I commend him for it. He said that the will of the people was clear. He's vowing a peaceful transfer. He said, we accept the choice the country made, and I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. I'll do my duty as president to fulfill my oath. We'll honor the choice of the American people, and we'll have a peaceful transfer of power. Good for him. Good for him. Now, I think deep down inside, Joe Biden is thinking to himself, see, millions upon millions of people voted for me to be the candidate, and you cooed me out. And so This is his nah, 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 nah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But, and oh my God, the blatant lying and slander that is going on in these news medias around America is unbelievable. Trump is going to imprison all of us in the media. Mm-hmm. He's going to start internment camp. Listen to this crap. These people, by the way, were all part of the plan to imprison their political opponent, Donald Trump. They all carried the torch for that. This guy should be in an orange jumpsuit.
It's a busy month at the Blue Cat Bar and Grill and the Roadside Event Center. November 17th, sports fans, join us for the Cat and Grizz Sweet Sundries Cookie Class. Have a blast creating unique holiday treats. November 23rd, it's Glow Bingo with DJ Dave Austin. A fun-filled night with lots of lights and the chance to win big. Cooler temps call for the Cat's warm bread bowls with homemade soup. Don't miss prime rib Saturdays and sushi and sliders on Sunday nights. The Blue Cat Bar and Grill in Huntley, just 9 miles east of the Metro Park exit.
Isn't it funny?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to. He's not going to, folks. That's why nobody watches him. Yeah, we mentioned this yesterday about the total amount of votes. We told you, we used it with our graph analogy yesterday, but this year there was over 16 million less votes than in 2020 total. And with Biden getting 81 million votes, Trump got 74 million this year.
Yeah.
And it's never happened before. And if you graph it, you can see the graph across all the elections, and it's pretty steady every year, except for last year, or the last election.
Right.
And people know. But that's over. That's over. Oh, my God, yesterday, Trump's a racist. This country is racist. Everybody who voted is racist, a bigot, a homophobe. They're misogynistic. They're all these people. That's the only reason they vote. They didn't want a woman, because we all vote based on genitalia. This and that. You should have heard it yesterday. Well, are we really? President Trump set all-time new records for black voters, Hispanic voters, young single women voters. There's a county, folks, down in Texas, right on the U.S.-Mexican border. That county has never voted. Huge Hispanic population, by the way. It's the most Hispanic county in the nation. Voters hadn't backed a candidate there since the late 1800s. Last time. This time, in that county, President Trump, or President Trump-to-be, got close to 60% of the Hispanic vote in that county. Mark, they haven't voted for a Republican in modern time ever in that county. Never. It's the highest concentration of Hispanic people in America in that county, and they overwhelmingly picked Trump. Trump beat Kamala Harris in that county, folks, by 16 percentage points. Everybody in America is racist? No. You guys talk through your ass. That's the problem. You're racist. That's your problem. You're racist. Working class. A lot of the voters down there, Starr County, said, look, we've always been lifelong Democrats, but with the political landscape the way it is now, we had to change. Republicans are a better choice. With issues of immigration and everything that's going on. Immigration, folks, among Hispanic people, they did it the right way. Right. Hardworking families came here. Never had that county ever picked a Republican. Never. Trump won by 16 points there. 16. A similar scenario played out in the state's most three competitive races in nearby counties along the border there, where Republican Representative Monica De La Cruz, she won victory in that district that had never put in a representative who was Republican before. She won. People that have common sense, people that care, people that know, people that put their country first, they put all that first before they look and find out what's between your legs. That's how they vote.
Right.
These radical nut job 23-year-old skulls full of mush that have been just ruined, folks, by our system. I've watched it. I've seen we talked to a nut the other day. They have been ruined by that system, especially by our university systems. They have been ruined and hammered and pounded relentlessly from the time they got in the late years of high school through these to to force to believe it so much that they can't think rationally anymore. They just can't until their eyes are opened. We talked about this late yesterday, and I don't know if you folks are around when we got this story, but students down in Florida are pushing back on cell phone bans that are in their classrooms. Now, first of all, there shouldn't even be any consideration for what the students want when it comes to disciplinary rules set up at an educational institution. Dad, first of all, curfew is not 10. It's 12. I'm pushing back. No, you're not.
No.
They're pushing back. Students in Broward County Public Schools, which is the 6th largest school district in Florida, they're barred from using cell phones during the school day, including during lunch and the breaks, unless they're given special permission. I have no problem with that.
Right.
You got to call to see what time your doctor's appointment was because they were going to schedule you in the morning.
Right.
And you need to know you're going to go get your athletic physical, something like that. There's no problem with that, none whatsoever. Schools and some of the many across the country are wrestling with how to crack down on cell phones at a time when experts said social media among young people is universal. Screen time is linked to higher rates of anxiety and depression among kids. It's not the sunlight. We were way ahead of this years before this came into play.
Right.
Stayed on it for years. School District 2 finally decided, but they're not banning them. You can still have your cell phones. You just got to leave them in a basket or a bin or something when you go into class. And then immediately, as soon as class is over, I mean, can you imagine if there's somehow they could tell how many attempts were taking place on a phone in 5 minutes between classes, say like at West High or Senior or something like that.
Oh, God, yeah.
It would be crazy if you knew what was going on then during that 5 minutes. They sent out a survey in this Florida school district this fall and found that more than 70,000 students, teachers, and parents had surveyed. 1 in 5 of the parents believe that the ban is having a negative impact on their students' well-being. 20% on their well-being.
Well, my kid's just concentrating too much on his schoolwork.
That's right. Exactly. His attention isn't being diverted enough during school hours. We need to enable to divert his attention. Among the top concerns, parents surveyed not being able to communicate with their family members, especially in an emergency. There is a way to do that. You just call the office.
Right.
You call the office. District officials said students can use their phones during an emergency. Teachers also have the flexibility to grant kid access for other reasons. We told you for years the test score results of, I think it was in Delta, Utah, Delta High School over there where they did it, and immediately their test scores went from below national average to above national average in just 1 year.
Right.
Some of the implementation of policies has been inconsistent. Student advisor in Broward School Board, Landon Spellberg, said there's a lot of benefits to phones. Oh, yeah, I bet there is, Landon. Oh, damn it. Oh, hey, Siri, what's the fractional coefficient for pi?
Pi is an irrational number, which means that it cannot be expressed as a ratio or fraction involving two integers, such as 2/5 or 7/3.
Oh, that's right.
This answer is from...
Thank you. Okay, so there's answer to number 4. Okay, Landon, we know why it's beneficial. He said it's just because many adults struggle with learning how to use technology in health. Hey, Landon, you little dipwad. Get a pitchfork and clean out my cabin barn, and then when you're done, come in the house, and I'll show you how beneficial burning calories is when you pull up to the table. See, you can't put the wolves in charge of the sheep, folks.
Right.
But that's the way it is. It's the way it is. And so much of this stuff, folks, is generational and has been indoctrinated, and it's so much part of the biggest, really, part of the problems in our country. I'm really serious about this. Folks, if we would have had a moral, decent, constitutional, conservative approach to life, the way we live our lives, work ethic, dedication, things like that in our country, these elections, for one, would be landslides.
Yeah.
These young people who have, and they don't don't know it, and it's by no fault of their own. I told Mark this morning, there's a picture there of kids holding up signs about student loans. They're worrying that Donald Trump is going to stop the student loan forgiveness. And these kids, these 23-year-old crazy kids who have been manipulated by these college professors are holding signs saying student loans are racist anyway. Where in the hell did they come up with that about borrowing money for something that you need? And this is the lesson they teach. Savannah Britt, she owes $27,000 on loans she took out to attend college at Rutgers. She was hoping the debt would be forgiven by President Joe Biden, but the payments are on hold. She could soon face a monthly payment, folks, of $250 a month. Oh! $250 a month, folks. What are your payments on Obamacare, your insurance, huh?
Yeah.
That they forced you by gunpoint to do, or the IRS was going to get involved with your tax refund and take it. These kids don't think they should have to pay for money that they borrow. Why in the hell do you think universities are turning them into these kind of people?
It works out nice, doesn't it?
It sure as hell does. Why do you think tuitions are so high? Government guarantees them the money. That's great. You know, when we were kids and you asked Dad when you were going out for $5 or $10 so you could go for pizza after the game, he didn't give you 100, did he, Mark?
No, he did not.
And say, use what you want.
If there's something left, bring it back.
What the hell? No.
It's a busy month at the Blue Cat Bar and Grill and the Roadside Event Center. November 17th, sports fans, join us for the Cat and Grizz Sweet Sundries Cookie Class. Have a blast creating unique holiday treats. November 23rd, it's Glow Bingo with DJ Dave Austin. A fun-filled night with lots of lights and the chance to win big. Cooler temps call for the Cat's warm bread bowls with homemade soup. Don't miss prime rib Saturdays and sushi and sliders on Sunday nights. The Blue Cat Bar and Grill in Huntley, just 9 miles east of the Metro Park exit.
With this new administration, my dream is gone. It's shot, said Britt. What the hell are you talking about? There's 168 hours in a week, Britt. Mm-hmm. How many of those are you working? $250 a month. That means you only have to work probably 15 hours a month. A month to make that payment. 15 a month.
And what did you learn in college that will help you make more money that you borrowed the money for in the first place?
The economy was a big issue during the election. But for borrowers concerned about their finances extend beyond inflation, including student debts, said Persis Yu, Managing Counsel for the Student Borrower Protection Center.
Well, let's get a clip from him in the story.
How do you think Persis Yu was educated? It's a big part of making life affordable. All you people that are up right now in your cars, heading to work, filling up with gas, getting your skid steer loaders ready, getting your concrete tools out there, heading to the hospital. Let's give a big boo-hoo-hoo-hoo for them. It was blocked by the Supreme Court anyway. You couldn't do it. They were going to cancel loans for 5 million borrowers. 5 million. Wouldn't that be great if we all had our loans canceled? Wouldn't that be great? Well, we just can't make it. Sabrina Casalons, who is 27, owns $30,000 from her college days at Arcadia University in Pennsylvania. Her payments have been on hold, but she faces a payment of $300 a month. Oh, hell. Let me look at your budget, Sabrina. Let me look at your budget. I want to see where other monies are going, first of all. Okay? That's one thing. And Sabrina, why did you pick Arcadia University? And you, or whoever the hell you are, why did you pick Rutgers? I tell people that all the time. My daughter, she wants to go to Colorado State. Great. They offer the same thing at Montana State. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but God, the atmosphere down there is unbelievable. The snow is bitching, and I want to go there. Well, but your tuition is going to be 3 times higher than Montana State, and you can get the same thing. What are you gonna major in? Elementary ed. Well, that's worth going all the way down there. That's number one.
Yeah.
$30,000 she owes. I live at home with my family. I got to contribute to our household finances, and that payment is a lot for me and so many others like me. Well, look here, sweetheart. As you get older, you folks, You should see my payments in November. It doesn't get any better than that. Budgeting. Who's teaching these kids how to budget, how to borrow, prioritizing, how to live conservatively? Once again, conservatism. How to live conservatively. As managing director of the Student Debt Crisis Center. Once again, this is the place, folks, that offers expert advice to their borrowers, okay? Now keep that in mind. Here's what she says. I've been telling people to stay up to date on the developments of federal student loan forgiveness by using the loan simulator and forgiveness qualifications. That's great advice. Here's mine. Stop borrowing money, pinch pennies, go to soup and ramen noodles, and work all the extra hours you can, and before you can blink, you're going to be out of debt.
Right.
Oh, no. No. And why? Why do these young people, why do they think this way? I can tell you why. College professors. Look, in our view, all education should be free.
That's right.
You shouldn't have to worry. The government should pay the university that I'm currently working at because I'm making $160,000 a year and I get paid till I'm dead. So yours should be free, but yet the money should still roll in and the government should do it. The taxpayers should pick that tab up. You know, that's what they teach these kids. It's crazy. It's crazy. Nobody teaches them the rules about finance, borrowing money, how much you can do. Look what happened in the big real estate problem from 2008 back in there. All these people, you didn't have to qualify for housing loans. You didn't have to have down payment. They just gave it to you. God dang. I watched that House Hunters show. I got a budget of $200,000. What are you looking for? At least 5 bedrooms. I need a theater room in the basement. A pool would be nice since it's in Arizona. I mean, a built-in pool would be nice. We'd like a special fenced yard for the dog to run around. It's got to be a huge kitchen, marble and granite countertops. They got a $200,000 budget, Wilson. Yeah, this living room isn't quite big enough. We're going to need new furniture, honey, to go with. There's no doubt about it. I can see we're going to have to remodel both the bathrooms right. I got a bathroom from 1959 in my house, folks, that's still got the pink tile in it. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I still haven't fixed it yet. Doesn't matter. But I think it's too early yet to give up on America. They'll figure it out. They grow. Maturity does that to you. But this is what we're dealing with. Well, this is why all these young voters and all these people like this, this is it. This is part of the brainwashing that they all go through in life. If their parents were a little more active in them and they weren't so whack, it'd be a little different. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You deserve this. And, oh, that's great. Oh, you want to go? You want to go to that university? Okay. Fine. And a lot of parents are doing their children a disservice by letting them choose and getting themselves into that position to start with.
Here. You still got to be a parent when they're 18.
You're damn right. Well, I've decided to go here. I got accepted to this and this and this and that. Well, great. The tuition is $35,000 a year there. Why don't you go to Montana State where the tuition is $8,500 a year for 2 semesters? Why don't you do that? And then you can live with oh, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, okay. That's not good either. But here's another one today. Couple things in here today. Now they think it's the carbon pollution from the high-flying private jets that's causing the climate problems, so they're going to go after them. They're worried that Donald Trump is going to stop all the spending in the Green New Deal. So if he stops all the spending that's in the Green New Deal, does that mean we're going to have a warm winter? Well, does it mean we're going to have a warm winter?
You'd have to ask one of those smart people that think the jets are doing it.
Right. And by the way, they passed the Green New Deal where they spend trillions, because if a piece of legislation can change the weather. Now, NOAA and all these other weather things have predicted a cold and snowy winter for Montana. But if Donald Trump cancels that, we can expect warm weather then, right? No, we can't. But those people were all trained to believe that. Legislation isn't going to change the weather. It just won't. And Mark has started a new group group today. Folks, Mark has started a new group today for all these people that are taking all these shots at America and firing shots and saying this and that. Trump's going to imprison all the news reporters around the country, start internment camps.
That's right.
Mark has started a new group, and it's called, the group is called SAD, S-A-D. Now, I'm not going to tell you what that stands for, but Mark can. But if you see us on the street, you can ask us what the group stands for. But it's a great group, Mark.
Thank you.
Mark and I are the first two members of SAD, and Wilson. Leave it to Wilson. So, but my Bengals lost, but I won earlier in the week. The problem is we still don't know the results of some of these things, and that's sad. That is sad. That's a regular sad, not the S.A.D. sad that Mark came up with today. It's great stuff, folks. I'm a member.
Got to get some bumper stickers. I'm not real sure what our logo is.
And if you don't like it, sad.
That's right.
That's the name of the group. Sad.
First news coming up, 6:09.
The Breakfast Flakes podcast brought to you by the Blue Cat Bar and Grill. Next to the Roadside Event Center in Huntley. The Blue Cat. It's where it's at.